Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. Used to be a divorce mediator. I've seen it all. When we're talking about trust, this is a dicey topic because this world is not exactly a world where we can trust people. And so when you have done something, and most of you who are watching this are men, so when you have done something that has undermined even more her ability to trust you, it's kind of a message directly to you for you to take a look at this. Now, at the Marriage Foundation, which I founded, we don't look at things the way most people do. So subscribe to the channel so you can really learn about marriage. And after we talk about these 3 ideas, then I am going to talk more about marriage for you. So please subscribe and let's get started. So I need 3 ways of how to rebuild lost trust in a relationship. Number 1, this is really important. Recognize the forces that drive you to be untrustworthy. I use the present tense, that drive you, because they didn't go away. You did something, but you did something because of attributes within yourself that allowed you to do something that made you untrustworthy, right? And it could be a lot of things. It could be that you're still looking around and you got to ask yourself, why would I do that? I'm married. And I'm not talking about morally, why are you doing that? But if you're married, why are you doing that? I mean, you're married to one person. You should be devoting your entire life, love, and support to that one person. And looking around is certainly not helping. So what are the forces that are making you behave in a way that is less than beneficial for your marriage? So when I talk about these forces, I'm not talking about forces that are just unique to you. We don't learn these things. We should be learning these things. I'm not blaming anyone. People don't know. Because I was a divorce mediator and I got into helping people with marriages, I had to uncover marriage anew because I don't have the psychological background. And as it turns out, and I love psychologists because they're there to serve. And by the way, if you're a psychologist, you may want to become a TMF marriage counselor. You'll have success after success after success. But our approach here is a very solid approach based on scientific application, cause and effect, biology. These things are very important. And yet we address marriage as a spiritual path that 2 individuals are taking with their soulmate. So it's a combination of practical, scientific, spiritual, and not religious, and it all works. So one of the things that you can do, because you can't look at your spouse's behavior, but you could look at yours and you can go, okay, what are these forces that are infecting me? And if you're a man, that force is pure biological. It's the second tier down from self-preservation, which is the drive to survive. It's the drive to procreate. In men, it comes through, filtered through your own individual mind in many ways. When you recognize a monster, you can kill it. But if you don't recognize it, you won't see it. And so these forces are like hidden monsters. So number 2, and this ties right into what I was just talking about, is you have to learn how to master your mind. Again, never spoken about. The most we hear that comes close is you got to learn how to behave. We hear that as your kid, when you're a kid. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you should do this. You know, don't be greedy. Don't be selfish. Don't do this. Be like this. Can't you be like him? Can't you be like her? And so that's all useless. However, what we don't learn that is so important to know is that we are souls. Again, not religious, but you are a soul. You have a mind. You have a body. These are possessions. You know what to do with your body. You can exercise it to keep it in shape. You could eat good foods to keep it in shape. You got to give it enough rest. You got to give it enough oxygen. You take care of the body. It's your body. And it will take care of you, so they say. And that is true. What they don't teach us is that your mind is a possession as well. They don't teach us this because they don't think about it. In fact, if anything, they go, oh yeah, you have a soul. That's what religious people will tell you. No, you don't have a soul, technically. You are the soul. You have a mind. And this mind is just a machine. That's all it is. And it's doing its thing based on its operation, how it's created. It's just like a computer. Garbage in, garbage out. But we don't control it. We don't control what goes in. We don't control what goes out. And we have to learn how to master our mind. Literally, you cannot be happy. Well, you could have fleeting happiness, but you cannot be happy until you learn how to master your mind. And happiness is what we're here for. We're here to be happy. We're not here to suffer. That's old school religious stuff. And it's not true. God loves us. He wants us to be living in joy. He's joy itself. He's love itself. And that's what we have to train our minds to accomplish for us. Even if you don't control your mind, you're not going to. You're going to be whipped around by your mind, by its emotions, by its fears, which it's getting from the body, which is all about the drive to survive. So you got to learn how to master your mind. I know it's brand new to you. I get that. It's okay. It's still true. Okay, number 3. This is the big one. This is the big one. In fact, from this one stems everything else. Learn to love your wife unconditionally. Yes, you made some mistakes. Now you're going to learn why. By learning how to master your mind and by learning the forces that have driven you to be a jerk. But now you need to put your focus, your attention on learning how to love her unconditionally, or him, if you're the wife. Learn to love unconditionally. You see, when you completely open your heart, and it's not easy to do this, you bypass the emotions, the fears, the anxieties, all of that nonsense in the mind. You just bypass it because love is not compressed within the mind. When you feel love in the mind, it's an emotional love. It's not real. The real you feels infinite, ever-increasing love and joy. And that's what you need to learn. They don't teach us this. Well, we're teaching it now. That's what we're here for. And again, if you're a therapist or clergy and you really want to help your people, then become a TMF marriage counselor so you could learn this stuff, so you could help others. But in the meantime, if this is you who is suffering from this trustworthiness issue, then get the course for men or get the course for women. At a minimum, watch these videos, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and get into what we're doing. It's new. It shouldn't be new. It's new to us. You know, it's like the stars and the planets are billions and trillions of years old. But Galileo said, hey, the world is not the center of the universe. They wanted to kill the guy for saying that. And that's what we're like. Because he discovered, whoa, this idea that we're the center of the universe is false. And so that's what we're saying at the Marriage Foundation. All of the stuff that we think we have learned about marriage that is useful is basically wrong. It's incorrect. The proof of it is in the fact that there's over a 50% divorce rate. And if you know what I know and other therapists know, I'm not a therapist, but what therapists know and clergy know, very few marriages are happy. I cannot tell you how many therapists, how many clergy have taken our courses and it's changed their lives. So many. Because what we have works. It's real. It's truth. And that's what you should want. And you will definitely get beyond this trustworthiness issue. It's not the most important thing in your marriage. It's come to the surface. It's a reflection of your not having a good marriage, of your marriage not working properly. It's not firing on, it's got 8 cylinders, it's firing on 2. And believe me when I say, I'll ask you a question, why did you get married? I'll tell you why. You got married to be happy and to experience love. Are you so happy that you're floating? No, you're not. You should be. You just don't know how to drive your marriage. Let us teach you. That's why we're here. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Thank you for stopping by. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. God bless you. And we'll see you next time. Take care.